This is the Gunslinger 2 by Eberly Stock, a professional grade duty pack or shit hits the fan bag built around an integrated tactical weapon scabbard. Quick disclosure, I am affiliated with Eberly Stock, and if you use my link, you'll get 10% off any pack or gear on their site, and I'll receive a small kickback. That said, I actually bought this pack with my own cash a couple years ago, and I've been training with it ever since. So this video is not sponsored. Let's get into it. Starting at the top lid, you've got a quick access external zippered pocket. It's small, but spacious enough for quick to grab items like a lens pen, sunscreen, and a headlamp. Inside the lid pocket, there are two magazine pouches. Each are secured with elastic and Velcro retention tabs. I keep one 20-round 300 blackout magazine in each, but they'll also fit 30-rounders or even larger caliber magazines. You could also fit things like radios or cell phones. You've got 3 dedicated pin slots. Behind each mag pouch is a slit pocket. I use one for a Write in the Rain notepad and the other for an emergency blanket. At the very back, there's a larger slit pocket where I store my battle board, which currently holds a few BDC reticles, but can also hold things like maps or field notes. Up top, there's a hook where I hang a packable mosquito head net from. In the main zipper pocket, I keep a bunch of different individual wipes, like hand wipes and insect repellent wipes, along with some camo face paint. Moving down the front of the bag, you've got compression straps running from the top lid down to a utility panel. The panel can be used for securing additional gear like a jacket or wool blanket. At the bottom of the pack, there's a small zippered pocket that can hold a rain fly to keep the bag dry in wet conditions. There are 2 additional compression straps that run horizontally across the front of the pack. Combined with the side water bottle pockets, the compression straps are great for securing things like breaching tools or tripods. However, when my pack's staged at home, I usually keep a Pathfinder drinking flask and some cleaning wipes in the side pockets. You'll notice some MOLLE webbing on the sides, which I typically keep clean to reduce on bulk. However, if it's a hot training day where I need easy access to water, I'll MOLLE in a core ice flask holder to the side for quick access to hydration. On the front of the bag, there's a slip pocket with MOLLE webbing where I've attached a shooter's rest. This shooter's rest is also made by Eberly Stock, and it weighs almost nothing. Plus, it gives you a stable shooting platform in the field for long-distance shots. You can also slip a SAM splint into the front pocket beneath the rest to give you some extra height, more stability, as well as a field-ready injury support for things like ankle sprains. Before we get into the main compartment, you have 2 entrances. The top drawstring closure, where you can load gear from the top or stack more on top of what's already inside. You can really pack this thing out if you wanted to. You also have this main front zipper, which is my preferred method of entry. Inside, you'll notice rows of MOLLE on the front flap. I've mounted my Therm battery vault here to keep it secure. It's dual purpose by helping to create a more stable platform for my shooter's rest and also give me quick access to spare batteries. At the bottom of the main compartment is my NVG case, which holds my PVS-14s and a Wilcox mount for night operations. I carry a squeeze bag and a lightweight shooter's mat from One Tigris. The mat doesn't have any padding, but it adds a thin barrier against the ground, and it keeps me dry in wet conditions. It can also provide extra insulation if needed. I've got a case for my eye protection and a Maxpedition pouch that holds additional survival gear like water purification supplies and a compass. I have a weapons cleaning kit, a Helicontex poncho that doubles as a tarp, and a ghillie suit poncho for concealment or additional insulation. And at the very top is my night vision boonie cap that works in conjunction with my NVGs. And toward the back of the main compartment, I keep a food hang bag, also made by Eberly Stock, that's loaded with about 5,000 calories worth of ready-to-eat snacks. I really like the internal layout of the backpack, and it includes multiple organizational pockets. In the center, there are 2 of the same pockets where I store core ice flasks. These are low-profile, hard containers for water that are both durable and space-saving. They can also be frozen and can completely turn your backpack into a whole refrigerator system. In the 4 lower elastic pockets, I keep my thermal base layers, top and bottom, about 100 feet of paracord, some extra wool socks, and a Special Forces bivy bag. And even with all these items, there's still plenty of room for additional things like a compact air mattress. The pack is also hydration compatible. You can run a hydration bladder or two in the main compartment, just slide the bladder into the elastic pouch and secure it with the buckles, then route the hose through the ports on either side of the bag into your harness. I opt for the core ice flasks because I prefer the rigid containers over the hydration bladders. There are pros and cons to both. I won't get into it in this video, but that's what works best for me. Looking at the hip belt, you have more MOLLE webbing where I attached a rip-away medical pouch to my right side. This is the small medical pouch from Everly stock. It's compact but still holds all the essential trauma gear like chest seals and tourniquets, with enough extra space for basic first aid items like bandages, meds, or supplies for minor injuries. On the left side, I have a JSTA pouch from Spiritus. I really like these pouches a lot. Inside, I keep my Vortex laser rangefinder. I've got a neck gaiter and some Right in the Rain note cards for my battle board. This pouch can also hold a rifle and pistol mag in the rear compartment. I keep it on my left side so I can perform quick reloads with my support hand. Because of the hip belt, you can't really run a full battle belt comfortably, but you can still carry a pistol. Personally, I run my drop leg holster on my EDC belt, and I still have quick access to a reload on my hip. You could also just run the hip belt naked and buckle it behind you, behind your backpack. That way you can run a battle belt comfortably. Speaking of the hip belt, the new Gunslingers now come with Everly stock's updated pull-forward hip belts. I don't have one quite yet, but I'm working on getting one to replace my older version. Or you could just remove the hip belt entirely. The harness is padded and comfortable. It's also fully adjustable up or down, allowing you to fine-tune the fit to your torso. You can adjust the shoulder straps, sternum strap, and load lifters to dial it in for comfort and stability. You can comfortably run the Gunslinger with a chest rig or even a slick plate carrier. I typically run this with my old school ATS split front chest rig or a Ferro Concept slickster for a plate carrier. There are durable grab handles at 3 different points on the bag, making it easy to maneuver, throw on, or relocate without needing to wear it. Moving to the weapon scabbard, there's a scabbard cover that can be buckled down at 4 points. The cover's there to provide extra protection for your rifle if you choose to run it. I've also attached my Armageddon Gear sleeping roll to these same buckles for extended backpacking trips. At the bottom of the scabbard, there's an additional buckle that keeps it tucked in. You can unbuckle it to deploy the scabbard, which gives you more space to accommodate things like suppressors or longer rifles. As for drawing a weapon from the scabbard, it's very easy. Reinserting it, however, can be more difficult due to the compression straps tightening down on the pack.
It's not that easy to put back in.
In most cases, you'll need to remove the backpack to re-index your rifle properly. Keep in mind that once the scabbard is deployed, the bag won't stand upright on its own as easily. But the scabbard is padded and will protect your rifle in the event you fall on it or drop your bag or whatever. Lastly, the pack features a lightweight aluminum frame that adds rigidity and support. It is removable, so if you really wanted to cut on weight that bad, especially when carrying a rifle, you could pull the frame out and rely on your weapon for structural integrity. Though I wouldn't recommend it, as the frame is very helpful, it's comfortable, especially when carrying heavier loads over long distances. As for the loadout, in the staging configuration, my bag weighs about 35 pounds with the water bottles filled. I found out that the sweet spot for this backpack is anywhere from 35 to 45 pounds when loaded correctly for optimal balance and weight distribution. And that's my overview of the Gunslinger 2. It's a great assault pack, and I don't really have any complaints about it. So if you're in the market for a new rifle pack, the Gunslinger 2 is good to go. Or check out the rest of Everly Stock's weapon scabbard packs on their website. They have a huge selection. Also, Everly Stock is having a 20% off sale July 1st through the 7th. So hopefully you can score a good deal there. Thanks for watching.